Thank you for watching Scary Bear Attacks. If you like this episode, please remember to hit the like button and leave a comment or two, then subscribe and click on the bell to receive notifications of whenever we release new videos. Also, please remember to share them to your social media. The forest path took a turn alongside a cliff as the hiker approached through misty morning fog. The quiet crunch of gravel beneath his boots and the heaving of his breath were the only sounds to pierce the morning silence. The dense brush, pushing in along the trail, was further obscured by the slowly vanishing fog, revealing beautiful flowers and leaves like hidden gems. Suddenly the pop of timber sounds behind him, and he swivels in the direction of the noise. A dark blur hurtles toward him at startling speed. His reactions seem to occur in slow motion as he yells in terror. He has no idea what this dark animal closing in on him could be. It was moving too fast to take in any detail. A deep guttural growl rattles the man's ribs as the bear pushes him to his back. The bear looks into his eyes as it stands over him and growls, "Welcome back to Scary Bear Attacks." Near Mount Sanukito, situated in the Sakai district of Okutama Town, a rugged region located in the far western mountainous perimeter of the Tokyo prefecture, Mother Nature demonstrates her perfection in an emerald array. The terrain of Okutama is characterized by steep precipitous inclines, deep-cut river gorges, and heavily forested alpine peaks that rise dramatically away from the sprawling urban plains of eastern Tokyo. Established as part of the Chichibu Tamakai National Park, this mountainous terrain serves as a massive recreational escape for the millions of residents living in the capital, drawing large crowds of outdoor enthusiasts who use the expansive network of trails for wilderness hiking, mountaineering, and river fishing. The climate of western Tokyo is characterized by a humid subtropical alpine transition, featuring cold, snowy winters and relatively short, warm, and highly humid summers. The dense forest canopy providing deep cover for wildlife is heavily populated by three primary tree species: the Japanese cedar, the hinoki cypress, and the Siebold's beech. Below the tree canopy, the understory is thickly populated by various shrubs, including the Japanese spice bush, the mountain hydrangea, and the dwarf bamboo. The forest floor and sunlit slopes are famously rich in foraging opportunities, carpeted with three prevalent berry-producing plants: the Asian wild raspberry, the Japanese wintergreen, and the mountain blackberry. This lush vegetation supports a highly diverse community of common wild animals that share the mountains with recreationalists. Hikers frequently catch glimpses of the Japanese siro, the sika deer, and large wild boars rooting through the soil. The mammalian community in Okutama is also home to smaller species like the Japanese macaque, the red fox, and a highly monitored population of apex Asian black bears. An analysis of environmental forensics reveals that several critical red flags were present in the area before the encounter, which could have warned an experienced woodsman of an incredibly high-risk zone. Park rangers later noted fresh, deep tracks pressed into the soft mud near a natural mountain spring, revealing the distinct five-toed prints and short claw marks of an adult Asian black bear. Piles of fresh, dark bear scat filled with digested vegetative matter, acorns, and insect casings lay directly along the forest road, indicating the animal had been feeding very recently. Furthermore, several nearby hinoki cypress trees exhibited fresh territorial markings, including deep vertical bark scores and claw scratches at a height of over 5 feet, accompanied by clusters of caught black fur, where the adult bear had vigorously rubbed its back to leave its scent. The most telling sign, however, was a large swath of flattened grass and crushed dwarf bamboo just 20 yards off the main forest road, indicating a fresh daybed where the bear had been resting undisturbed before the climber stumbled directly upon it. Around midday on Sunday, May 17th, 2026, a 30-something Russian man, whom we will refer to as Igor, was hiking in the park and enjoying the solitude of the wilderness. He was a lone mountaineer exploring the peaks west of the capital, and clearly had at least some experience in the wild. Igor did not carry any bear spray or a firearm on his trip. Additionally, official police reports confirmed that no dog was accompanying the victim during his climb, meaning he had no way of warning if he had bumped into any of the area's dangerous wildlife. Igor had his eye on an adventure and had trekked up one of the remote trails, expecting a normal day alone in the forest. A short while into the hike, he approached a point in the trail where a cliff dropped off on one side and thick bushes pushed in on the other. The trail bent away from the cliff in a hidden hairpin as it retreated from the cliffside. As Igor navigated through the bushy area, a loud twig snap several yards into the brush drew his full attention. Whatever had made the noise was too big to be a small forest animal, and a sense of concern washed over him as his eyes scanned the brush. From about 20 yards away, a dark blur suddenly sent canes whipping and brush snapping as it barreled toward him. A low growl emanated from the bear as it blazed its path toward him, increasing the already overwhelming sense of terror filling him. The bear took the man down so quickly that he had almost no time to react. He raised his hands toward his face, but the bear's jaws and claws were already tearing his flesh and piercing his skin and muscle. After a prolonged attack, one that Igor remained conscious throughout, the bear relented. After the bear fled, Igor used his cell phone to call for assistance from first responders at 10 minutes after noon. A medical response team arrived soon thereafter and administered first aid to slow bleeding from numerous wounds. A helicopter rushed him to a local hospital for further treatment, where his wounds were cleaned and sutured shut. The final results for the victim and the bear have prompted an immediate, aggressive response from local authorities. Following an emergency meeting, it was determined that the bear had to be captured for relocation or euthanized if examination deemed it necessary. Local hunters and police officers immediately conducted an extensive search of the perimeter, but the animal could not be found in the dense brush. Summarizing the results of biological reports on the bear based on track measurements, wildlife specialists estimate the animal is a fully mature adult Asian black bear in excellent physical condition. To protect the public, the Okutama town government has placed a culvert trap near the forest road in a direct bid to capture the animal before it can interact with more hikers. Igor nor the responders indicated the presence of a cached animal carcass, or cubs, near the attack scene. Speaking of cubs, our Cub Tier membership on Patreon, linked below, will give you ad-free early access to our episodes, photos, and notes, and the $3 per month goes a long way in helping me continue to produce educational and entertaining content like this. Japan faces an unprecedented wildlife crisis, with conflict rising rapidly. Biologists estimate the black bear population at tens of thousands, and Okutama has seen 40 sightings since April alone. Last year saw a record 13 fatal attacks, with 3 suspected fatalities already in 2026, as bears emerge early from hibernation. The victim was highly vulnerable because he was not carrying bear spray, a standard protocol in Japan. During the surprise charge, his instinctive action of shielding his face and throat with his arms was critical in preventing his injuries from becoming life-threatening. After reviewing the facts surrounding this attack, I am left with a few questions for you. Do you believe that the Tokyo metropolitan government should enforce mandatory closures of popular mountain trails, like Mount Senukito during the spring, when bear activity sharply spikes? Would requiring all foreign and domestic tourists to rent or carry spray successfully reduce these dangerous surprise encounters? Finally, given the unprecedented national rise in bear conflicts across Japan, should authorities rely more heavily on population control hunts, or must humans simply adapt to a permanent increase in apex predators near urban boundaries? I will gladly read and reply to your thoughts, so post them in the comments section below and let's talk about it.
Thank you for watching Scary Bear Attacks. If you've enjoyed this episode, please consider clicking on the like button and clicking on the bell icon. It will help you know when we post our new episodes. Posting our video links to your social media profiles furthers awareness, and it's fun. We slashed our prices in our merch store, linked below, so check out the bargains there while you shop. As a member of our human community, remember to adventure bravely and be careful out there, especially in bear country.